G'day Warren, how you doing mate? Little Lion, good to have you here. Hello everybody, welcome to another stream. Make sure you let me know if my audio's all good as well, okay guys? Make sure you let me know you can hear my voice okay. Music's not too loud, let me know. G'day Rich, g'day Martin, Oink, welcome back. Leo, welcome. Mohammed, very fine mate, I am very fine, thank you very much. I hope you're fine too. Jesus, g'day mate, welcome. Wednesday night coffee, you know it's already here. Audio's good. Hey Pierre, welcome back. Thank you for joining again. Appreciate all your support. Thank you very much, Pierre. All right, guys. New Zealand dollar. Woo. Hello. Yeah, smash the like button, guys. Get on that like button for me. Smash away, please. And then we will get into the stream once everyone's piled in. Nico, welcome. Martin, what's up, mate? I'm good. Hope you're well. Steve. How are you, Steve? Welcome. Arik, hey, how are you? Mate, what's up? I'm doing well. New Zealand dollar seems to be up a little bit. We'll talk about that in a little bit, Arik. Hope you're good, mate. Alright, guys, as you come in, welcome, say hello, introduce yourself. Hey, Tim. I'm fine, mate. Hope you're fine as well. Thank you. Introduce yourself, hit the like button, and we'll get into the stream once we've got a few more people in here. Where's everyone coming out of today? Hello, Sanya. How are you? Welcome again to the stream. Where's everyone coming from today? Where are you all tuning in from? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Alrighty then. Israel, UK. Happy you're here, Sanya. Thank you very much. Israel for Leo, UK for Martin. Hey, Marwin. How you doing? Ed, another Aussie. Welcome, Ed. Fellow Aussie. Must be late wherever you are, Ed. I know it's late for me, so. Nick. Hello to you too, amazing person. Vienna, Portugal. Tim's from Vienna, Nico's from Portugal. Sean, g'day Sean, welcome. Switzerland, I love Switzerland, Arik. Poland tonight. I guess if you're in Europe, you get to choose like that, don't you? I love Switzerland though, Arik. Hello from Holland. Hello there. Hello from Australia. Craig, afternoon from the UK. G'day, Craig. Nathan, Sydney. Oh, Sydney, baby. G'day, mate. How's Sydney going? Nick, Melbourne, baby. Nice. Belgium for Little Lion. Oi, oi, oi. That's it, Ed. Got a few Aussies in the room. Welcome, guys. Thank you for staying up so late for me. I really appreciate it. Hopefully we make it a really good stream. So, guys, New Zealand dollar CAD. Everybody is in New Zealand dollar CAD by the looks of it, and everyone's worried about it. Should I get out at break even? Should I not get out at break even? What are we going to do here? Greenland, Warren, honestly. It is, Arik, it is. So, guys, everyone's worried about New Zealand dollar CAD right now, okay? What do I always say about these entries that punch through? Like, they punch through really hard. We had the exact same thing on Euro Swiss franc, if you remember, in another stream. So let's just remind ourselves what happened here on Euro Swiss franc. This right here, we punched hard through that entry, okay? Came all the way up to here and retraced back down, and in the next candle, we came back down below our entry point, okay? So what I just want you to be mindful of whenever you see a situation like this, okay? A strong candle through your entry, I want you to just remember to not have any judgment on the trade on that first candlestick, okay? That first candlestick, we're not worried about that trade, okay? We're not worried until that candlestick closes, because we've still got 7 hours until this candlestick closes, okay guys? 7.5 hours until this closes. You know, this can very easily retrace back below this level within that 7.5 hours, and then continue on to the downside after that, okay? Central banks love to fuck with people. Central banks really love to fuck with people, okay? They say one thing, oh, we're going hawkish, we're going hawkish, we're going hawkish, and then all of a sudden they go completely dovish again. This exact same thing happened back in late 2018, I believe it was. The Fed was saying how they were going hawkish and all this kind of thing, and then they immediately just changed their tune and then printed more money than they've ever printed before, okay? They went completely dovish again, rates stayed low, they didn't move, so central banks love to fuck with people, say things, take them back the next day. They can't get in trouble for any market manipulation or anything like this, so you know what? Don't worry about it at all. First candlestick, it hasn't even closed yet. Stay in the trade. What we're looking for, this is what I'm thinking right now, what I'm looking for this trade to be invalidated. When I'm going to start, look to get out of this trade, okay? What I don't want to see here is I don't want to see a bull flag forming above this level here, okay? This is what I don't want to see. I don't want to see this type of consolidation here on the 4-hour time frame. This type of bull flag here, for it then to punch up to our hard resistance level, okay? So I've got in my mind what I'm looking for when I'm thinking about getting out of this trade, and if I start to see something like this happening, that's when I'm going to consider getting out. But if this 1 day candle closes and it ends up being back below our level, we're completely fine. Even if on the next candle it punches back down really hard, just like we did on Euro Swiss franc, then we're completely fine as well, okay? All I'm thinking about here is, what do I need to see for me to not like this trade anymore? And what I need to see is that bull flag form above this level, okay? Look, of course we could just continue on our way up here, just straight up. And if we do, so be it. You know what? We could never have got out of that type of trade anyway. We just will get stopped out. And that's just the risk that we take, okay, guys? That's the risk we take when we are trading. Hello, Matt. Welcome. Kai, welcome. There's a saying, right, guys? Something that I was really thinking about a lot this week. Everyone wants to go to heaven, but nobody wants to die. Okay, and in trading, if you can't accept the bad with the good, the winners with the losers, then you're never going to make it. If you can't accept there's going to be these losers that are going to take your stop loss sometimes, you're never going to lose it, right? Everyone wants to go to heaven, everyone wants to have those perfect trades, but no one wants to die. No one wants to get stop outs, and it's just part of trading, okay? So I'm not saying this is going to get stopped out, but I'm thinking about right now what I need to see on the 4-hour time frame to invalidate this position and to make me want to set my take profits to break even, okay? So are you happy as long as it's not reacting to the wrong side of the level, essentially? Yeah, right, exactly, man. What I don't want to see is I don't want to see a consolidation here on the upper side of this level. If I see that consolidation on the upper side of the level, then I'm looking to get out of this trade. Yeah, Nick, I'm looking for this flag on the 4-hour time frame. I can look at the 1-hour time frame, but it's probably a little bit disconnected from the 1-day time frame. I'm really concerned about what's happening on the 4-hour. The 1-hour is going to give me, you know, earlier hints as well. So I'm really concerned about the 4-hour though. So keep your eye on the 4-hour time frame and what starts to happen here. If you see this consolidation, probably look to get out and then wait. If it breaks to the downside, you can always enter again here on a retest like that, okay? Because then this will be really nice price action like we talked about last week. Remember I said, you know, if I see this kind of price action like this here forming below a level, right? Forms below this support level, comes out of the support level, retests it, then continuation like that. We're going to get almost that exact same thing here. If we get a little consolidation, it punches through, retest like that, okay? We can always take this trade again once it gets back to the other side, but if we see this consolidation, I'd be looking to get out. Everyone clear on that? But a gradual fallback over a few candles would be fine, like it's almost making the peak of a high. Yeah, if you don't see a consolidation above the level, then I wouldn't really worry too much about it, okay? because what we've got to consider is, let's look at this Euro Swiss franc trade when that happened, okay? We'll look at the 4-hour time frame here. There was a couple of candles, but it was in the second candle, okay? So on the daily time frame, in that second candle, we saw it punch back down through, okay? And then look, there's got that box here, come down, retest, continuation to the downside. Okay, this isn't really a clear flag for me. This is only a couple of candles. Thank you. Complete your course. Started again from halfway. My ambition is to be a top-class, well-trained, break-free trader. Completed your course. Started again from halfway. Oh, Donovan, that's awesome. Keep going back through those videos. Keep going back through those videos in the academy, guys, especially the extended content. That extended content is really gold, okay? The stuff that Asger did in the in those extra videos that we added later, that stuff is really, really good stuff. Yes, he's using TradingView, okay? But all the concepts, everything we're doing is all the same kind of thing, all right? He's talking a lot about price action, about how to identify trends, reading a naked chart, so naked price action. So really important to go back over all that kind of stuff regularly. You know, you kind of pick up again on things that's like, oh, I kind of forgot that. Oh, I wasn't doing that. All this type of stuff. So yeah, Donovan, good work. Really agree. Don't just watch them once, watch again and again to pick up knowledge you might have missed. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. What else we got here? We got a lot of one-day trades here at the moment. A lot of one-day trades and lots of New Zealand dollar exposure, okay, guys? So be careful on your New Zealand dollar exposure. You don't want to be taking all of these New Zealand dollar trades and getting overexposed to this currency while it's volatile, okay? So just be mindful of that. You're looking for the best trades that you can find on the New Zealand dollar. Also, you know, this type of volatility, especially on the higher time frames, what I always talk about in a lot of my videos, you know, the deviation away from the mean. We need to see a deviation away from the mean to fill our entries and then revert back to that overall mean, that overall macro trend, okay? And if we really look at New Zealand dollar CAD right now, maybe this news was a blessing, okay? You're looking at the news like, okay, it's punched the entry, it's all negative, 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 but maybe it was a blessing. It was exactly what we needed to have this deviation right here away from our overall mean, away from our overall downtrending mean here, punch us into our entry to then continue on within this mean. I mean, we're still protected here by this this trend line. We've got a really nice generous stop loss. It's above this structure here that was formed in the market. So we're still good in my opinion in this trade. Absolutely no reason to panic about this whatsoever. Okay. We good on New Zealand dollar CAD, everybody? We good? Let's move on. Let's take a look at all these trades. Good strong trend here. I'd probably want a little bit more commitment above this level first before I took this one personally. Not bad though. Any questions, guys? Now's your opportunity to put in any questions into the chat. Any trade you're looking at, you want me to have a look at, anything like this, anything you're not sure about, please throw it into the chat just now. This is really nice, this structure that I'm seeing right here, okay? So notice this structure here where it's like the market has reacted all around this level. Okay, it's been acting as a support for quite some time, and then we had this significant deviation. Okay, we had this punch hard through that level. This is where we're looking for that retest and the continuation to the downside. Should I get out of a losing trade if it has been open for weeks, not hitting stop loss? Denver, which trade is it? Let's have a look at the trade. You don't want to close a trade that's in a loss without it hitting a stop loss, okay? You never want to close a trade that's in drawdown without it hitting the stop loss, okay? But if you tell me the trade, then I'll have a look at it and we'll review it, okay? True, I like Asger. Where is he? He concentrates a lot on psychology of trading, very important, and you could do a class on candlesticks, please. Could you do a class on candlesticks, please? Yeah, we can do a class on price action candlesticks. Maybe a tell me, Donovan, what is it specifically you want to know about candlesticks? Do you want to know about the anatomy of candlesticks, how to read candlesticks, what candlesticks mean, that type of thing? Because we can probably do something in the Essentials series on a Friday, Donovan, if that's what you're after. Yeah, psychology and trading is very, very, very important. Absolutely. No, you don't. Those losses add up quick. Yeah, never close that trade in a drawdown without it hitting stop loss. Can you remember a few currency pairs to focus on during the early stages of grappling with X mode? I'm focusing on Euro USD at the moment. Yeah. So Kai, when I was first going through, so the way I trade now is I just look for those really strong trendy markets. And I apply analysis to those strong trending markets when I'm using X mode, okay? So I'm just looking for those strong trends, trading around those good X mode levels. But when I was first kind of learning X mode, I was really focused on Euro USD, Pound USD, and Aussie USD, and then Bitcoin as well. So those kind of four markets is where I kind of focused a lot of my attention in terms of just watching X mode levels change when I was going through the replay mode. So I was just watching how price interacts with those X mode levels, because this is really all about market structure and price action around those levels, okay? It's USD NOK open for several weeks. Let's have a look. Okay. I can share a PDF on candlesticks anatomy on the global chat if that's allowed. Yeah, that's fine. Donovan, be sure to watch extended videos in the Navigator Academy. Absolutely. Yeah, extended content is super important. Okay, just wondering. Just worried with the commission fee increasing if I keep trades open for very long. Okay, cool. We'll start looking at those. Yeah. USD NOK. Where was this trade, I wonder? For weeks. 1 day time frame? Was it something off this level? Like that? I'm guessing it was probably something like that, wasn't it? Denver. I'd just try to get out at break even if you can. At 59325. Okay, 59325. Oh, that one. Yeah, thought it was that one. Yeah, cool. Just set your TPs to break even. Let it do its thing. Don't worry about it too much. I mean, realistically, the swaps aren't probably doing so much to you. Eventually, it's going to hit your stop loss or it's going to get out of break even. Yeah. I would just completely forget about this trade. And yeah, just let it do its thing. Yeah, it's in between. I know. It's in between. I wouldn't worry about it. All right. Okay, guys. Any other questions? Throw them in there. Throw them in the chat for me. Let's have a look at these markets. Weak trend here. Really weak trend. I don't think I've been keen to place this trade really at all. I remember this trade from my weekly market reviews quite a few times. I've never really been keen to place this trade. You know, obviously it's already played out at least one time here. You could maybe argue it's played out another time here already, but I just want trades with fresh touches, really. I much preferred the Euro NZD. I think there was another one. I'm not sure which trade it was, but I preferred a different trade. Yes, this one. Euro Aussie dollar. In terms of the Euro exposure, I prefer this trade. Because of this structure here. Look at how clean this structure is right there. That is super, super clean. Much better trend. Really clean structure. So I love the look of this trade right here, okay, guys? This is really nice. Everyone knows what I mean when I'm talking about the structure here, when we're looking at like the BRC style trade, trading around that market structure that X mode and the algorithm is identifying for us. Pound Aussie dollar. I like this trade as well, actually. I like this trade. Let's look at why. Again, structure right here. This structure here. We've got this area of price action. Respecting this structure here as a resistance. We got a hard push through. So close to catching a retest here. But if we come back down for a retest, a continuation to the upside, this is a great looking trade in a really nice trend. Would love to catch this trade. I would absolutely love to take this trade. Are you trading 15 minutes? I trade 15 minutes occasionally. I haven't been trading 15 minutes this past week because I've been working very hard on the funding program for you guys. So I've been working very hard on that, so I just haven't had capacity to just be in front of the screen watching 15-minute trades too heavily. So I've really been mostly focused on the 1-day trades and the 4-hour trades more than anything else. Just, I need, I recognize the weeks when I have the capacity to actually put time into the 15-minute and 1-hour time frame. Hey Shan, how you doing? I recognize those weeks that I've got the capacity to do that, and I recognize the weeks when I don't have the capacity, whether it's mental capacity, emotional capacity, whatever it is, time capacity. And this past week, I just haven't had the capacity to put into those lower time frames. Just because, I've been working really hard on the funding program, getting that ready for you guys, ready to go. And then, we had the crypto pullback, that really hard crypto pullback, probably wasn't in an emotional place to be trading on those lower time frames in that week. So I haven't really been trading lower time frames for that time. Do you ever look to fundamentals to take a trade? Not at all. I don't at all. No. Entirely technical analysis. How is the account analysis looking like? The account analysis in this account, let's see. Not very good, I don't think. No, down for the month. I was up quite a bit, up 7%. And then I got absolutely wrecked here. I think this was around like Bitcoin or something like this. I'm not sure, but yeah, I got pretty heavily wrecked after being up quite a lot. So, yeah, but we'll work it back though. Could you please look at New Zealand dollar Swiss franc 4-hour? Yes, I can. Yeah, I'm not going to take this trade. So I'm not going to take this trade just because look at how many times this level has been tested before in the past. It's been tested a ton of times, okay? A ton of times this has been tested. If we draw our box kind of like through here, you can see here how many times this has really been tested, all right? I wouldn't be taking this trade whatsoever. We've got a USD NOK trade here on the 4-hour time frame as well. We've already had a test here of the level once. I really like to take these extension trades. I like to take these extension trades when it's a fresh test. A fresh test with fresh liquidations into the level. Okay? You've got all these trades getting liquidated into the level. Then we have the hard pullback to the downside. Do we decide how long we should draw boxes? I've seen you draw short ones and long ones just now. Yeah, so when I draw a box, like on this one here, I'm really looking at when that market structure was respected for. How long that market structure has been respected for. So, this market structure hasn't really broken and our stop loss hasn't been taken at all for quite some time. Okay, it hasn't been taken at all for quite some time. So If I saw this market structure break here and then come back down, this would be a fresh test. If I saw it break and then come back down, it'd be a fresh test. But all of these continuous grinds on this level here, I'm just really looking at the market structure having not broken, okay? If it comes back up again, then this is when the market structure could break, take our stop loss, come back down for a fresh test. I'm really just concerned about the structure of the market. If price were to have traded below the hard N to the hard S on New Zealand dollar Swiss franc, would that R extension zone look better to trade it even though we had all those repetitions? If price were to have traded below the hard N to the hard S, okay, like all the way down to here, and had some sort of consolidation around here or something like that, probably, I mean, you probably would see the market structure completely change if that were to happen. You know, if it were to come down here, maybe it's a bit nicer to look at. If it came down to here, consolidated, and then moved back up, had a bit more consolidation, then came up here, it'd be kind of completely different market structure, really. But right now, we're kind of trading in this range here, okay? We're just stuck in this range at the moment right here. Yes, we had kind of a fake break of the range a little bit, but really, you know, we're just trading in this range. And at this point, the top of this range has just been tested too many times for me. You know, this could be a break of the range here. You know, back up to here or something like that. Who knows? Let's look at the 1 day time frame. Yeah, maybe even back up to here, you know? Who knows? Because you got to be mindful of this trend here as well, you know? Only a weak trend, 26% downtrend. Only a weak trend. Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm really looking for reasons to not take a trade here, more than reasons to take a trade. Like, the reasons to take a trade are obviously that there's like a sonar setup on this level right now. It's like, I'm seeing a setup right here, so that's a reason to take a trade. But what are the reasons to not take the trade as well? There's plenty of reasons out there to not take a trade because there's so many trades available to us. We don't have to take all of these trades. We need to be looking for reasons to invalidate this position. What invalidates this position in my mind? Or what makes this position not as good as something else? If I can find something else that's better than this for any reason, then I'm going to take that one. It could be the trend. It could be repeats. It could be anything. It could be an invalidation point, a stop loss, an invalidation point that's not quite appropriate. And then another similar market with similar currency pairs has a better invalidation point for you. And then you go and decide to take that trade instead. And this is where different operators are going to have different results, even though we're all looking at the same thing here in Sonar. We're all looking at the same thing here in Sonar. We're all looking at the same data points here in X mode. We're all looking at the same market with the same market structure, yet every different operator is going to have different results, even trading with the algorithm, okay? How to read candlesticks, and thanks to everyone for their advice. Could you change the color of candlesticks, please? I'm sure I spotted a doji, which indicates change of market direction, I think. How would you decide if a stop loss was appropriate? Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about that. I think I saw a good one here on... No. Let me find a good market. Yeah, this is great. Perfect. Hello, Spirit. Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's notice the setup that I've got set up here. This was the previous Sonar setup. I know Traeger warned you, but it'd be nice to know. Yeah, absolutely. This is the previous Sonar setup, I believe, that I've got set up here. I've only got 2 positions placed because I just manually set it up. So I just put 2 positions in instead of 3. But if I just turn the strategy mode off here, then what are we looking at here, right? So like I said before, we've got this structure here right around this 100% alignment level, okay? We've got this structure forming under the 100% alignment level. What we've got here is we've got clearly an uptrending market, okay? We've got the RTD telling us it's an uptrending market. We've got a series of higher lows forming. You can see these higher lows all forming through here, all higher lows. So this market is, by the looks of it, bottomed, and now we're establishing an uptrend after coming out of this hard downtrend, okay? So what I'm going to draw here is I'm going to first of all draw this, you know, rough trend line along here, showing me kind of the rough trend of this market. Then I'm going to have a look at also the market structure below my entry, okay? So you can see here we've got this previous low area right there. We've got a point where the market bottomed twice, so we had like this double bottom kind of situation going on here. This market structure down here, okay? And my stop loss is placed below that market structure. It's also placed below what's starting to turn into an important X mode level here as well, okay? So right now I've got 3 levels of invalidation that need to be broken before my stop loss is hit, okay? So you can see here, if this market comes back down, 1 needs to break this trend line, 2 needs to break this previous low, and 3 needs to break our previous, our X mode level, which is identifying what's starting to become an important level of market structure before my stop loss is hit. So 3 invalidations here. Before it's like absolute invalidation, this is no longer an appropriate trade to be in. You need to be out of that trade. This is a really great looking stop loss to me, okay? And it's all about 1, this market structure, 2, this trend line, and 3, this X mode level right here. This is really, I'm very happy with how this trade is set up. Targeting here, this previous high, taking some profit at that previous high, taking some money off the table in case we get, you know, a retest comes up, you know, we have kind of like a double top looking thing here, comes back down like this, and then targeting right around this previous structure there for my second take profit. So you're finding previous levels in the market structure that have been respected that could reverse your loss. Exactly. And adding in the X mode levels to help also. Precisely. Yep. I'm looking for previous market structure that could be respected again by this market. Something that could be respected again by this market. And recognizing that this was the last low, okay? And for this uptrend to continue, we really need to continue to see higher lows. So whether that higher low is somewhere around here, whether that higher low is somewhere here, as long as we have a higher low, we have a continuation of this uptrend, okay? If we break these lows, then we lose the definition of an uptrend, because the definition of an uptrend is a market that's forming higher lows and higher highs. That's really important. So yeah, whenever you're, you know, placing these trades, identifying that point of invalidation is very important. And that's what I mean when I'm distinguishing between 2 sonar trades, which one I'm going to take. I've got all these things that I'm considering in my mind, especially on lower time frames, okay? Especially on lower time frames. I'm considering the trend, you know, between 2 euro trades or 2 Aussie dollar trades. Like if I'm trading euro Aussie dollar here and I've got a choice between euro Aussie dollar and euro New Zealand dollar, like I was talking about before, between euro Aussie dollar and euro New Zealand dollar, what euro exposure do I want in my portfolio? Okay, what euro exposure do I want in my portfolio? What euro exposure do I want to have? If I'm choosing between these 2, then I'm considering all of these things, and I'm going, this is great invalidation, great trend, great market structure around my entry, great take profit levels. I'm happy with all of those things. If I'm looking at Euro NZD, what are the reasons why I wouldn't take this trade? Oh, there we go. It's been repeated. We've got some structure here. Yeah, sure. But it has been repeated. Our stop loss is actually pretty tidy. I like our stop loss. It's below that level, and it's below this here as well, just below this. So the stop loss is pretty tidy, but we've got this repeat here. And I don't like having this repeat, and also our trend isn't as strong as what the other one is, as what Euro Aussie dollar is. So this is the decisions I'm making, and these are the factors I'm taking into consideration when I'm looking at these things. Yeah, that's what I mean, almost like it was an X mode level. Yeah, market structure, exactly. If TP1 and TP2 are hit with any trade, do you really put the TP3 to break even or somewhere half so you can catch at least some profit if it goes all the way back to entry again? No, I set my entry... I set my stop loss to break even, yeah. I set to break even. Yeah. I set it to break even unless I think that the trade could play out again and it wouldn't be invalidated. If I think it could play out again, then I'll maybe even set the whole trade up again. You know, I'll set it all up again if I think it could play out again. But that's just a decision I'd have to make based on what I'm looking at the time. King's Free Music. Hi guys, a little bit late, but here I am. Hello King's Free Music. Welcome to the stream. All right. Any more questions about that we've been talking about here, guys? Any more questions about the market structure, invalidation points, where to place stop losses, that type of thing? Yes, I would, Martin. Well done, Riley. Level 5. Congrats. Martin. So would you adjust an X mode trade to be less than 1.7 risk to reward if it gives you a safer invalidation point or stop loss? I would. If it wasn't like too crazy, let's say it took it from 1.7 to 1.6, I would rather have a safer invalidation point or an invalidation point that I believed in more and a lower risk to reward ratio than try to wind my risk to reward ratio up unnecessarily and then be stopped out by like a stray wick. I'd absolutely rather do that. I'd rather have, you know, a little bit less risk to reward ratio than lose the trade, than lose the position. Because at the end of the day, you've got to remember, trading is all about defense. It's all about defense. You know, there's a saying in sport that offense is the best defense, but in trading, that's absolutely not true. This is completely not true. You don't want to think like that, okay? In trading, defense is the best offense, okay? It's completely different, Defense is the best offense, okay? If you can avoid losing money for long enough, periods of times, you know that you're going to get a streak of winners, okay? It's all about managing your positions and managing your invalidation points and managing your risk so that you're not losing too much when the market turns against you, okay? It's all about defense in trading, all about defense. The first thought is, how do I not lose money right now? Not, how do I make money right now, okay? The first thought always has to be, how do I not lose money? And that's why I'm so like strict on when I'm taking sonar trades and I'm choosing between two, I'm thinking about what is going to have the least probability of losing me money. Which one of these trades is least likely to lose me money? And that's the one I'm going to take. Okay. Just hit level 5, Riley. We've been through that. Well done, Riley. Make sure you're in the inner circle as well, Riley. I'm not sure if you are, but message Dr. IQ if you're not to get into the inner circle if you're not already there. I thought I saw your name pop up, so I think you're already in there. What's the difference between swing, BRC, and extension? Yeah, so swing trades are on higher time frames, so 4-hour time frame and 1-day time frame trades are swing trades. This is just because the length of time that those trades take to play out. BRC trades are called break, retest, and continuation trades. So let's look at a BRC trade here. So we've got a BRC trade on Singapore dollar, Japanese yen. Let's look at that. I'm not going to look at that one. Let's look at ADA USDT. Perfect. Okay, break, retest, and continuation trade. all of you, you know, long-term people who have been around for a long time and have always been to these streams, you've probably heard me talk about this before, but for the benefit of all the new people in the stream, let's talk about a BRC trade. So a BRC trade, you can see here, we've got a point in the market where the market has respected this level as a resistance quite a few times, okay? It's been respected as resistance, respected as resistance, respected as resistance, all these times, all through here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times this level has been respected as resistance, okay? Then what's happened here is this previous resistance has broken. The market has moved into an uptrend. The level is broken. We're looking at a retest of that previous resistance, which is now acting as a support, and then a continuation to the upside. Okay, that is break, retest, and continuation. Phase 1, break. Phase 2, the retest here, and then the continuation to the upside here, okay? This is all about the previous market structure, the overall trend, and the important X mode levels that we're trading around, okay? Break, retest, and continuation. Really, really powerful trading. Now, you can see here, we were talking just now about invalidation points. You can see we've got this previous low in here. You know, if you were trading... if I was trading here, what I might even do on this here is I might try to extend up to there, my, you know, take my TPs up to here. Oh gosh. Mapping instrument. Oh, because it's not on IC markets. Oh, wow, that's annoying. And then drop here to like a 1.4 risk to reward ratio, something like this. Just so that I'm just below this previous invalidation point here. Something like that, you know? Extend that out a little bit. Extend that out a little bit. Or I'm taking this trade up to there. My invalidation point is, if we got back down to here, this is clearly invalidated, alright? And it just means I have a little bit more patience to take it all the way up to this hard R level, alright? That's another option as well. We look on the 4-hour time frame, and this is a perfectly good trade on the 4-hour time frame as well. 4-hour time frame, this looks like a really good trade. The exact same idea, but it doesn't look so intimidating when you look at it on the 4-hour time frame, does it? And then extension trades. Let's go through extension trades. You asked about that as well. USD NOK extension trade here. So you can see here we've got these levels that are called extension 1 and extension 2. These are overextended markets where the market has deviated far too far away from the overall trend. So we're trading around this extension 1 and this hard resistance level here. You can see the market's deviated a long way away and then punch back down again. Okay? The reason why it's called an extension trade is simply because it's all around this extension 1 level and this hard resistance level here. Okay? So that's the difference between the 3 trades. Or the 3 setup types. Invalidation point is the same as stop loss. Yes. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to place my stop loss where the trade is absolutely invalidated. Where the trade, in my opinion, is not coming back to my entries, basically. Absolute invalidation. Below that market structure, like I talk about, below a trend line, all of these different things. Jake Parker, hey Tom, any view on pound yen 4-hour from the hard N level? Let's have a look. Pound N. Pound yen. Yeah, looks good. Let's just mark it out. We've got this piece of structure previously around here. Let's take a look at the 1-day time frame. Yeah, nice. Decent level on the 1-day time frame here as well. My only thought is that we do have some structure around here as well. And they've got kind of this gap forming here. But I like that we've got this structure over here to the left. You're doing all the right things. By trying to buy this level, you're doing all the right things, okay? You're doing all the right things in terms of buying support in an uptrend. So yeah, something like that, I wouldn't hate something like that. Something like that is exactly what you should be doing in this type of market. You're in an uptrend, you're looking for those support levels to buy. So I think it's appropriate, yeah. Great, Spirit, great, awesome. All right. Gosh, already 12:15. All right, any other questions, guys? Throw in any other questions you've got. Anything else that you would like me to talk about, put them into the chats here, and we'll go through them now. SPX 500. Let's look at the S&P 500 here. Hard dump down. This is what we like to see. This is what we like to see for these type of extension trades here. Okay, we've got an uptrend. We've got a market that's just kind of dumping really unnecessarily. Okay, this looks like a good trade. I would take this trade. Oh, I've got to map it, but yeah, I would take this trade. Tom, quick question. Last week you said, can you just give your thoughts on BTC? Interesting times. The Sonar Bitcoin trades have disappeared. Has it found a bottom, do you think? Let's look. I mean, the price action looks bottomy. The price action looks bottomy, sure. The price action looks bottomy. However, I could still see this level, depending on how we get there, okay? Let's talk about this as well. How do we... let's talk about how we get back to this level here, okay? If we get back to this level in a really quick spike like this, then this level would be shortable, okay? This would be a shortable level because we're still in a strong downtrend. Something like this would kind of be an appropriate short, in my opinion, from this level. If we get there in this really fast way, like a really quick spike up to this level, okay? Just something really crazy, all these like short liquidations, that would be appropriate. If we ground slowly up to this level and we formed new market structure and we formed higher highs and we formed higher lows and we turned into an uptrending market here, it wouldn't be an appropriate short. This trend would absolutely change and it wouldn't be an appropriate short after that point, okay? Really, I could see us going back to 25k if this fails. If this fails again, we could go back to 25k, find support there before continuing to the upside, if that fails. But if we just continue on our way up from here, it's all about how we get back to 50k. Will depend on whether it's shortable or not, okay? So I don't like to think like, is it a bottom? Is there a bottom in? I don't think like what is going to happen next in trading. All I'm doing is I'm going, if I see this, then I'll do this. If I see this, then I'll do that, right? It's all about if then. I'm not thinking, I'm not predicting what's going to happen next, basically, is what I'm trying to tell you here. But yeah, again, depending on how this level and this level react, I could see 25k, but we could absolutely continue our way up to 50. Depending on how we get there, could be shortable, might not be shortable if we get there in like a bit of a consolidation. If we see a bit of consolidation around here and a slow grind to the upside again, probably not shortable. Can you look at the 4-hour Euro NOK? I think I looked at this already before. I'm guessing the trade is from here somewhere. It looks pretty good. Weak trend though. I mean, can you find better Euro exposure? in a better trend. Can you find better euro exposure is what I'll probably ask you than euro NOK, Nico. If you can find better euro exposure, go place the euro exposure elsewhere. I mean, this does look like a bull pennant. This looks like a bull pennant above a support, which is great. You know, if I see a flag or a pennant, I want to see it above a support level. That's awesome. So it absolutely could break out of this to the upside like that, for sure. I could absolutely see that happening, but can you find better euro exposure? There seems to be no warning from the algo that the composed risk is getting out of hand while the risk on each of the impending trades remains at low risk. Keep this trade. What? Sorry, Spirit. Can you send a screenshot to me about what you're saying, Spirit? Just text me in Telegram, or text the global chat in Telegram, and we'll sort out whatever's going on in your thing. When you see a trade on multiple time frames, I saw the same market trade on 4 hour and 1 day, but you had a long BRC and a long, but they had a long BRC and a long swing. Was wondering if still considered same trade and then take higher time frame. Yeah, so I usually take the higher time frame Shen. If we've got like the same entry point, if we've got the same trade, I'm usually looking to take the higher time frame trade, okay? Do you have an example for me and we can look at it? If you've got an example, Shen, then throw it in. But rule of thumb, take the higher time frame trade. Euro USD 1 hour had a couple of fake outs. Euro USD, let's look at it. Oh, I'm on the 4 hour time frame. I don't see where you mean. Sorry. Alright. Where can we find the date and time that the Sonar trade came up? Probably in history, you can see the date here and the time that the past Sonar trades have shown up here in the history tab. But the current Sonar trades, you can't see the date and time that they showed up, Spirit. It's really not relevant. While the market structure is still there, it's not relevant when the trade showed up. As long as the trend and the market structure are in your favor, it's not really relevant when the trade showed up. It's still a valid trade for as long as the market structure remains the same, as well as long as the trend remains the same. Shen, no worries. Nick, pound New Zealand dollar. Pound New Zealand dollar, Tom. On what time frame? Can you put in what time frame when you ask? I guess it's a... check. Okay, so it dumped. Oh, yeah. This is the same deal as, this is the exact same trade as New Zealand dollar CAD, just in the opposite direction, okay? So you see pound New Zealand dollar CAD. We've got some structure here, right around our level. Structure here forming. New Zealand dollar CAD. Got some structure here. For me, the New Zealand dollar exposure that I selected, I think in the weekly market review account, was the New Zealand dollar CAD exposure. But you can see here we've got the previous structure, punching through that structure. Don't worry too much about the first candle. The candlestick hasn't even closed yet. Make a decision after the first candlestick closes. Actually, to know if I was late in reacting to the proposed Sonar trade. There's not really being late to it. The only way you know if you're late to the trade is if it's repeated multiple times off that same level. Then you know not to take that trade, okay? Otherwise, you're not late to the trade. You're not late to the trade, okay? Fresh setups like this type of thing is, yeah, first tests like this. Actually, I think we might have caught some profit here, to be honest with you. I think I still kept the trade. I thought it was still relevant. But you're not late to the trade. The only way you know you're late to the trade is if you see that it's repeated itself multiple times, and that doesn't matter so much about the sonar setup or the algo setup. That's all about the market structure. The market structure looking like this. Let's say this comes back down, takes our TP1 and 2 and 3, comes back down, takes our TP1, 2 and 3, comes back down, TP1, 2 and 3. Regardless of whether sonar was showing us a setup here or not, this structure has been tested far too many times for me, and the bulls just want to keep punching us back into the structure over and over and over again. Eventually that structure is going to break, and we're going to see, formation of a new trend, and then potentially a BRC to the upside from the top of this structure here, okay? After that trend changes, when we see this consolidation. So focus more on the market structure when you're considering whether you're late to a trade or not. Can you look at 4 hour as well on this? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pound New Zealand dollar, yeah. So if you are making a decision after the first candle close, are you moving to break even if it's on the wrong side of the level anyways? No. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm not even concerning myself with it before the first candle closes. After that first candle closes, then I'm looking at it again. Like, I'm not even looking at this now. Like, I don't even care what's happening right now, basically. Like, it's not even in my mind to consider moving this to break even at this point. Absolutely not even in my mind. What I'm saying is, after this candle closes, I'm coming back, I'm looking at the market, and I'm going, all right, now I'm going to start thinking about what the next few candles do around this level. That's when I'm going to be considering getting out of this trade. But in the first one, I'm just like, don't care. Don't care at all. Or would you give it a few candles to see if... Yeah, exactly. So if it closed where it is right now, if it closed on this side of on the level right now, I'd be looking at, okay, what's the next candle doing? Okay, what's the next candle going to do? And what's happening on the lower time frame as well when this next candle opens? Really, even on this second candle, I may not be like getting out of this immediately. The candle after that, though, I'm going, all right, I'm getting out of this. If we don't get below the level now, I'm getting out of this trade. Does it mean that sonar will repeat, pop up again itself each time you log in? Or will it not once you've placed the order? Yeah, the sonar will keep presenting the trade as long as it's valid. The sonar will continue to present the trade to you, Spirit. Yeah. Right, okay, yeah. I was trying to compare it to the drawings in the handbook, essentially. Yeah. Yep. Right. Okay, thanks. No problem. All right, guys, 12:28. I'm going to sign off. Any other questions, throw them in now. Don't forget to like the video. Appreciate it if you like the video. And yeah, any other questions, ask them, and I will get to them now. Otherwise, I will sign off and get back to work. Euro Swiss franc coming back down again. If this closes and engulfing, it's going to look pretty good. Sorry, I'll be late. I was late. I'll do better next time. No worries, Shen. You're always very supportive. Not a problem. Any other questions, guys? Let me know. Thanks again, Tom, and sleep well. No problem, Oik. Thank you for joining. So you could be entering the order on the same trade several times without you knowing it. No, because you're going to see your positions here. You're not going to be entering it on the same trade because you're going to see these dotted lines. Like, if I tried to place this again, I would see that I've already got a position placed, right? Yeah. Shen, hit the like button too. Yep, absolutely. Thank you, Shen. Pierre, have a good sleep. Thank you, I will. Martin, sleep tight. Thanks, mate. I will. Little Lion, no problem. Euless, thanks, mate, for joining again. If I plan on sleeping tonight, we'll see. Martin, cheers for the info. Tom, you've always leave me with loads to think about and try to apply. I'm glad. Nico, thanks, buddy. Nick, have I shorted BTC in my trading? I don't like shorting BTC. I usually don't. I try to avoid shorting BTC. No, maybe I've shorted it in the past, but not recently. Alright. Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much. Enjoy your day, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. And don't forget to tune into the Essentials video on Friday. I'll make it a good Essentials video for you. Thanks, Spirit. Too short again. No worries. No worries, Sean. Yeah, so enjoy your day, evening, or night, and I'll talk to you all soon. Alright, guys. Cheers. All the best.